We are continuing to celebrate Women's History Month here on Studio 10, and today I'm joined by Takia Norwood of Capital Area Michigan Works to talk with me about how we can address barriers in the workforce. Welcome to Studio 10, Takia.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so tell me why it's important for employers and the community to address the barriers in the workforce.
We need to take a critical look at where we, women, are right now at this moment in history. It's no doubt in our country and region made significant progress, increasing access to education and well-paying jobs for women in recent years. However, there is still so much further to go. According to the 2020 Women in the Workplace report, since 2015, we've seen only modest signs of progress in the representation of women in the corporate pipeline. For every 100 men promoted to manager, only 85 women were promoted. As a result, women remain significantly outnumbered in entry-level management at the beginning of 2020. Gender inequality exists in our country and our region, and leaders in the community should be taking intentional steps to understand how women are affected and what we can do to eliminate barriers.
Definitely some eye-opening statistics that we should all be aware of. So I would like to know how the pandemic specifically has impacted the women in our workforce.
The COVID-19 pandemic has the power to undo decades of work and progress toward gender equality in the workforce. According to the same report, 1 in 4 women are considering downshifting their careers or leaving the workforce due to COVID-19. What many are failing to acknowledge is that women losing their jobs are primarily women of color. It's essential to recognize all women are not experiencing the same impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic. The biggest factors, according to the Women in the Workplace report, leading to employees' decision to downshift or leave the workforce include lack of flexibility at work, feeling like they need to be available to work at all hours, housework and caregiving burdens due to COVID-19, worry that their performance is being negatively judged because of caregiving responsibilities during the pandemic, feeling unable to bring their whole self to work. Experts estimate we may truly not be able to measure the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on women's finances and livelihood for at least another year. But we do know is that women are struggling to make ends meet and find a balance between taking care of their families and their job.
All right, so we talked through some of the issues and some of the statistics. How can businesses and leaders in our region encourage and support these working women?
Start by looking inward at your processes and expectations. Have they changed at all since the pandemic hit? And have you communicated this to your employees? Managing expectations on productivity and workload can help employees turn off at the end of the day and on the weekends. Setting and then reinforcing expectations that they don't have to always be available in a remote setting will encourage workers to take intentional breaks and times for rest. Consider also supporting your employees with one of the biggest stressors, money. Can you support your employees by adjusting paid leave policies, reimbursing childcare costs, or encouraging the utilization of a flexible spending arrangement or health savings account? If so, send them a reminder email on policy updates and reimbursement options so they'll be sure to take advantage of them. And perhaps most importantly, checking in on your employees. Simply checking in on your employees or coworkers can make all the difference on their work and life during this difficult times. Checking in on them will give insight to their unique needs based on their situation and better help you help them. Ask women what they need right now and how you may be able to support them. COVID-19 has been difficult for different reasons for Black women, Latinas, Asian women, LGBTQ women, and women with disabilities. Ask the women around you what you can do to support them.
All good and important information to have. All right, Takia, thank you so much for your time today talking to us about some of the disparities women face in the workforce and what can be done to overcome them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And stick around. Coming up next, we check the Studio 10 mailbox.